How's it going, neighbors? This is Ed here with etrailer.com, and today we're taking a look at the Yakima OverNOut 270 on our 2023 GMC Acadia. Adding an awning to your Acadia is going to allow you to have shelter and shade when you're out on your adventure. So let's take a closer look and see how well it fits our Acadia. The OverNOut is going to install onto your T-channel crossbars. So if you have a roof rack that's a Yakima, like these guys are JetStream bars, I went with the 60-inch just so we can have a lot more space on the bars and kind of offset it a little bit for the overhang of the bracket. What that does for you, it allows you to have a little bit more clearance as far as being away from the vehicle, and if you chose to go into the drop position, you'd be able to have your awning a little bit shorter and closer to the ground. Our tailgate access is kind of limited. You want to make sure you don't make contact. If it fully extends, you definitely hit the frame. So you want to just stop it from going fully up. You're going to have two means as far as how you can secure this guy to your vehicle. You're going to have included straps with a cam buckle and hook where you can hook it off of your tire, your crossbar, or in the front. I actually use the suspension spring where I'm making that connection to keep it nice and taut. Along with the straps, you also are going to have quite a few guy wires along with some stakes. So if you're in windier conditions, along with the post, you can actually secure it to the ground and keep everything from blowing away. Another cool feature is the fact you can add exterior walls that have windows and a door, so you can create your own little enclosed space. We're going to start our installation by laying our awning on its back so we can access our track. You have hook and loop straps on the rear and a couple rubber stoppers right here. Now you can take a wrench or one of the bolts, and you can just slide one of these hex heads down. So you're gonna need two for each bracket. So I'm just gonna shove that one to the other side, do that right here, and we're gonna do the same on the lower track. Take our hardware, we're gonna grab our thick washer along with our Allen head bolt, and on our bracket, you're gonna use the side that has the 3 holes. We're gonna go ahead and drop that through and just hand tighten just on a couple threads with our T nut here, our T slot nut. The good thing about the OverNOut is the fact it gives you a lot of flexibility of how you can position your crossbar spread. So the way I have my bars on top of this vehicle is right at 29 inches. So we're just gonna go ahead and drop our bracket onto the track with the 2 nuts we've already installed. And now we're gonna drop down our washer and our nylock nut. So I'm just gonna take my fasteners and just get everything hand tight, and then I'm gonna position everything for my crossbar spread. Now that I have our measurement set, I'm gonna fasten down our nylock nuts. This is something you can manage solo, but it makes it so much easier having a second set of hands. So you're just gonna have to try to get that bracket lined up and then just work it in. A little tip I encountered while I was doing my installation is if you're a little bit off on your track, there's nothing wrong with taking your socket wrench here and loosening up the nuts so you can make those adjustments once you have it up to allow it to slide down the track. And you also may need to loosen the Allen bolts up top. You want to make sure you have room for your zipper before you finally tighten down everything with enough clearance for your brackets. But now that we have it right where we like it, we're going to go ahead and fasten this guy down. And just that easy, you're able to get your OverNOut 270 set up on top of your vehicle. You just want to make sure that you are paying attention to if you ordered the right-hand model or the left-hand model, because those are specific with the 270. If you go with the 180, that single one will work for both sides. But as you can see, it's super easy to install, and it's going to give you a lot of convenience and shelter for your outdoor adventures. On our crossbars, you can see it takes up very little space on top of our vehicle, so that leaves your roof wide open for maybe a tent, kayak carrier, or any type of rooftop accessory. And that's one of the things that I think is really cool about this guy, is the fact that it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it gives you a lot of coverage. So again, this is Ed with etrailer.com taking a look at the Yakima OverNOut 270 on our 2023 GMC Acadia. Have a great day.